Here we are, once again. I told y'all I was going to keep it consistent. For those that have been listening, for those that have been sending me messages, telling me what you've learned from it, what you appreciate about it, what you would like to see different, and sending in topics, I appreciate you all. Remember, this is social media. It's a two-way conversation. It's not just me talking to the endless vast, just this deep, dark hole, me throwing my words in. No, this is a community. Tell me how you feel. Tell me what you want to hear about. Comment, like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff. And let's get deep into the nitty gritty. A lot has happened in the past week. One thing that I've been doing is consuming a lot of David Goggins content. Been learning about mental fortitude, resilience. I watched a podcast that had Andrew Huberman, which is a neuroscientist, for those who don't know, and David Goggins, fantastic motivational speaker. And the big takeaway that I got from it was that David Goggins is all about doing things that you don't want to do. And he says, if I set in my mind that I don't want to do it, oh shit, now I have to do it. Perfect example of that. I'm a bartender. That's how I make my guap. So I get home late at night. I wake up late most of the time, but I don't like to wake up late. And I'll set my alarm for early, but then it'll go off and I'll hit it. And then I'll hit it again. Then I'll hit it again and again. By then, 3 hours went by. I could have gotten some solid sleep, but instead I just kept on hitting the alarm, right? Well, I'm sick of that. And I want to change that, okay? But in the morning, it's a different story. I know that that's not what I want to do. I do not want to wake up in the morning. I want to keep sleeping. It's comfortable. It's warm. I'm dreaming. Things are great, okay? Because then I have to get up. The first thing that I do is hit the gym. And that's something that's difficult for most people to do. So how are you going to do that the first thing that you wake up? No, it's a beautiful thing to do. But here I am in the morning, not wanting to wake up. I set my alarm clock for a certain time. I woke up just because I usually wake up in the morning. I have to use the bathroom, whatever. I wake up, I look at the phone. I'm like, okay, I have more time. I could go back to sleep. And then now I know in my head, I don't want to get up. As soon as I said that to myself, I said, oh shit, now I gotta get up. And so I did. I got up. I don't like to run that much. I incorporate cardio in the beginning of every workout, even though I don't love it. And I run a certain amount of time. Today I ran double that time because I knew that I didn't want to. So the main takeaway from this, because I keep on going, because since I've learned this, everything that I don't want to do, that I tell myself, I don't want to do that. Now I'm like, now you got to do it. The part of your brain, inside of your brain, grows every time you do something that you don't want to do. Now the caveat to that is that if you do that just one day or 2 days, and then the third day you go right back to the old routine, it starts to shrink again. So you have to keep on progressing, steady progression, and keep on pushing yourself to do things that you don't want to do. And if that's not enough of a motivating factor, something to keep you really motivated, that a part of your brain is shrinking when you're not doing it, then I don't know what else could be a great motivator. That right there really pushed me. So I wanted to share it with you because I believe that it's really going to push you. That's something I learned in the past week. Something else that I want to address. I spoke with one of my friends earlier, and he was telling me about how another one of his close friends, which is a mutual of ours, is now veering off of the track of what he's supposed to be doing. Hitting the gym, hanging out with the boys, doing some real progress-based stuff. And instead, now he's slacking off. He's, doing a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I'm not going to throw him under the bus completely, but I mean, it's stuff that's not healthy for you, okay? It's stuff that's not helping the progress. And what it came down to really is that me and that mutual, we had a conversation a couple weeks ago about our love lives, right? I was feeling a little emotional. And I recognize that, you know what, for men, we laugh together, but we don't cry together. We ain't there for each other in that capacity. And that blows my mind because we'll do everything else together, but then you don't even know that the guy that you care about, that you say, this is my bro, is having suicidal thoughts. Or the guy that you care about, that you say that this is your bro, is really in a deep depression and he doesn't feel comfortable, he doesn't trust you enough to tell you. That's a big deal. We laugh together, we do this and that together. I want to be able to actually share my emotions with my bro. That way he could tell me the truth about how I'm feeling. That he could tell me, yo, I appreciate that you just vented to me. Now I need you to man up for your own good. You got it off your chest. You got it out of your system. Now I need you to take a deep breath, release, and man up. We got to move on. We got to move past it. There's work to do. We have to be disciplined, and we need to rely on ourselves and our discipline for motivation. We can't just go based on how we feel. We can't wake up and say, I don't feel like going to the gym today. We can't say, I don't feel like reading today, or I don't feel like creating. I feel like consuming today. I feel like just watching Netflix and smoking and just drinking and doing nothing. I feel like just chilling today. You feel like it? You feel like it? Well, think about what I told you in the last episode about the swish pattern. When you feel like doing something that you know is not good for your progress, I want you to picture the ideal version of yourself in your head. What would that person be doing? What would that person be saying to you about that? Let that be your number one role model, okay? So the main takeaway that I'm talking about, this guy that I know who's veering off of his path, is that I had a conversation with him a couple weeks ago because I was going through something emotional. He shared with me that he was going through something emotional. We shared a little bit of what was going on, and I just felt good. Okay, now that's off my chest, and now I could go on and do what I was supposed to be doing. But now I found out that he is now veering off of the path and getting lost in this downward spiral about exactly what it was that he shared with me. And that to me is a very scary predicament to be in. I'm damn near 30 years old. I've been there, I've done that. If you've been there, you've done that, then I'm preaching to the choir. But if you haven't been there or done that yet, then I need you to take note. Romantic involvement will steer you off of your path. Most of them aren't the right one. 99.99999% of them are not the right one. I'm sorry. Life isn't a Disney fairy tale. All the relationships that I've been through, I now realize the heartbreak was necessary. Those experiences were necessary. The lessons were necessary. But you can't lose yourself in that romantic interest. And I'll tell you why. You think you're doing the right thing, giving her all this attention. That's your currency. Your attention is your currency. You think you're doing the right thing, giving her all of your attention. You're seeking your mother's love in another woman. You want to be mommy. You want to feel the warmth of your girl hugging you, that warm embrace. You like the feeling of the You know what I'm talking about. But you have to focus. You have to remain on task. You have a purpose, and as a man, you need to stay on your purpose. Once you start veering off track, thinking that you're doing the right thing by giving her the attention, right? And becoming less and less of who you are that she started liking in the first place, then she likes you less and less and less and less. Until now, you don't even recognize yourself. And she's looking at you like, I got this boy wrapped around my finger. She don't see you as a man. She definitely don't see you as the best option anymore. She sees you as a play toy. Especially if it's your ex. The biggest reason why we don't get back with exes is because the reason why she left in the first place is because she thinks that she can do better than you. And then the new guy, she realized that he doesn't care about her. And so now she feels devalued. But she knows that she could go back to her little play toy and that you gonna bring her back up. You gonna inflate her ego and gas her up and make her feel better about herself. And then she'll throw you away like Andy threw Woody away. I'm telling you, man, you gotta listen. We have to stay on our purpose. We need to serve people and please God. We need to build ourselves. Write down your goals. Write down your ambitions. Think about the ideal version of you that you aim to be, that you want to be, and focus on that. Today, I went out with my cousin, and it was great. It was very calm. We had some Indian food. We had a drink. We walked down Las Olas, a very popular place in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. We went to a pizza place. We went to a gelato place. And it was great. No moments of tension. No moments of heightened emotion. Nice and content. Couple laughs here and there. Mostly soaking in the environment. Mostly talking about business, about our lives, about this and that, but not even a constant conversation. Just a nice, constant, content. This is nice. This is good. And I didn't realize that until after, when we arrived back home. I'm getting into my car, I'm saying goodbye, and he tells me, that was really nice. We should do that again sometime. There was no friction, no crazy stuff, nothing. And you know what? I think that is undervalued, especially when you come from a family with a lot of trauma. When you come from a past of a lot of trauma, we're constantly seeking that heightened emotion, even if it's an argument. You know, crazy events need to take place for us to feel fulfilled, like it's the movie The Hangover or something. This is real life. You should aspire to a nice, calm day, nice, calm evening, a nice, progressing, content day. You made progress. You broke personal records. You shared with your homies about what's going on in your life, what's going on in their life. You guys had a nice conversation that was content and progress-based. I think it's extremely important because I think that coming from a place of a lot of erratic behavior that I've experienced, and also being in a relationship that one may deem as toxic, you experience those heightened emotions, the highs and the lows every day. And you start to think that that's normal. That's not normal. It causes stress. Stress causes gray hair, loss of hair. It causes wrinkles. It causes cancer. Stress causes death. So nice, content, and easygoing, that's what we're aiming for. I want to share that with you because I don't think that we value that nice easygoingness if you've come from a place of trauma. I think that the norm for us tends to be those highs and lows. We want a nice, even, right in the middle, easy going. Two more things that I want to bring up. One thing is the importance of taking action. So you could listen to as many podcasts as you want to listen to, read as many books you want to listen to. But if you don't take action, then nothing's going to happen. You could write down your little notebook all you want to. You could write your goals, you could write your plans. But if you don't put it into action, then it don't mean nothing. That's the difference. You see, I listen to the podcast and I take a mental note. I take my big takeaway. I realize my aha moment and I say, I gotta use that. Then the next day, I use it. David Goggins said, When I don't want to do something, that's when I know I have to do it. That struck me so hard. Now I'm like, if I don't want to do something, now I know I gotta do it. You understand? Don't just listen to the podcast. Don't just read the books. Do it. Take action. That's what will help you propel forward. The reading is helping. Believe me, it's helping you very tiny percentages. But when you take the leap forward, when you take the action, you make the mistake. You learn from the mistake. You feel the mistake. That's where the real progress is. That's when you're making those real strides forward. I need you to understand that. Do not be afraid of making mistakes. Do not be afraid of pushing yourself to do the things that you don't want to do. And if you are afraid, take a deep breath and realize that that's what you got to do. Last thing, I was sent a question from one of my followers, which I want to thank you so much for sending me this question. He said, what problem are you most passionate about solving and why? I think that anybody who's been following me for a number of years and paying attention to the content that I put out will realize that I'm a human being, a very multifaceted human being. I make music, I make videos, I write, I'm a poet. My main goal is to help people become a better version of themselves. And that's in everything that I do. My music is an emotional outlet for me, but I want you to hear it and feel big boss. Yeah, this is that big boss shit. You know, oh, he's feeling pain, I'm feeling pain. Now we're gonna get through this together. I'm not the only person feeling pain. You listen to my videos, you hear that real substance. I'm sharing with you real information, sharing with you real experience. I want you to find something that resonates with you and use it. Take the tools that I'm giving you to make your life better. If I can impact your life in a positive way, then I've achieved my goal. I'm most passionate about provoking thought. Like Tupac, all he wanted to do was spark a little flame. All he wanted to do was plant a little seed. That's all I want to do. Get you to think about something. Get you to take action on something that you've been wanting to do. Get you to improve your life. By helping you improve yours, I'm improving mine significantly. This is all I want to do. I don't want to bartend. It's fun. It's okay for the time being. But until I monetize the content that is changing lives and changing the world, I'm going to have to do what I have to do. I'm going to have to put in those hard hours, those long hours, that hard grind, and then come home and instead of going out with the boys or going out to meet girls at the bar or going and getting shit-faced, I have to make that decision. Is tonight the night that I write something that changes my life? Is tonight the night that I record the video that changes my life? I have to make that decision. Do I go out tonight or do I stay home, keep my head down, do what I gotta do? Create. Instead of going out there and consuming like all the masses. But everything could be turned and framed into a moment of progress. I could go out and I could go and connect with people. I could go network with people. But now here comes the next question. Okay, you could frame that as something that's very good for you. Yeah, okay, I'm going out to go network with people. What is the caliber of people that you're going to connect with? What is the caliber of people that you're going to network with? Are they just drunks? Or are they people that have a network too? Are they people that have a following too? What kind of conversations are you having? Are you connecting with them? More questions come, and I want you to understand these aren't rhetorical questions. These are questions to get you to provoke thought. And I want you to ask yourself questions and ask others questions. Because the quality of the questions you ask are in direct correlation with the quality of the life that you live. I'm going to wrap this video up here. But if there's one big takeaway and one big aha moment, I would like it to be that. I'm sure that I've shared a lot of other stuff in the past 20 minutes. Comment below what your big aha, what your big takeaway moment was. But the big thing that I really, really want to get across is that the quality of your life is directly correlated with the quality of the questions that you ask. Remember that. Much love, many blessings. Peace.